Hello, sunshine. We are still going with Destiny Designers University's launch today. I am thrilled. I'm excited. It just keeps getting better and better and better. I keep getting the opportunity to introduce you to some incredible, amazing individuals who are changing this world, who are making their mark, who are leaving a legacy. I hope you understand. I keep repeating it over and over again. We cannot do this thing called life alone. It is about collaborative, achievement-driven relationships that are able to help us bring our best forward at all times. And I'm just honored that these wonderful, talented, amazing individuals take time out of their schedule to support this, to support what we're building here, this community, this opportunity for you to be able to graduate to the next best version of yourself. So, without delay, darlings, I have another phenomenal young diva to introduce to you. The first time I met her, her spirit, her energy, we were introduced by a common girlfriend of ours that was collaborating on this venture she was doing for young girls. I said, oh, this sounds absolutely amazing. Who is this one young woman? What is she doing? This looks incredible. And I'm just attracted to anything that is going to lift our community, especially our young girls. And then when I met her, I said to be so young, so focused, so clear on what her divine assignment is, it was absolutely inspiring. And because of that, we have built a long-lasting, eternal friendship. I call her my little sis because she keeps me relative and young. She's a part of that Generation Y, the millennials. They are taking over the world. And if you don't have a millennial on your team or a friend, you better find one, honey. Because they're the ones that are keeping the economy going. They're the ones that are carving out a whole new way to operate. She is a media expert. When you talk about a media entrepreneur and you talk about someone who's able to use film, pictures, video to create what wasn't there before and to carve out a space where they can tell stories, where they can capture moments, where they can do documentaries, where they can really impact a legacy of living material that'll be here for years to come. You have to follow and understand the magic in the work that she is a part of doing, the company that she has started, the incredible way she is bringing value to the world. So I can go on and on and on. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the beautiful, the lovely, the talented Lisa Nicole Bell. Hey, Lisa.
Wow, what an intro. My goodness, I need a little Stacy on my shoulder every day. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. I'm so excited to be here. This is amazing.
Well, thank you so much for just being a part of it. That's what this is about to me. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Like everyone's like, oh my God, what an introduction. I have the best friends. Like I have the best people in my network that are doing some amazing things and we get to play together. Like how cool is that? So as a part of Generation Y and doing all of this wonderful work that you're doing, how did you get to the point where you understood what God's calling was in your life, how you were manifesting the gifts that he had already given you to be a blessing?
Yeah, it's really, for me, it was finding the sweet spot, the intersection of three things. What is it that I have a skill for? What do I have a natural aptitude for? What are the things I'm wildly passionate about? Like, what is it that when I'm doing it, I just lose track of time because I love it so much? And what can I get paid to do? Finding the intersection of those three things was really how God led me to my purpose. Because I find that a lot of times when we're trying to figure out what we've been put on the planet to do, we're seeking direction and we're trying different things and nothing feels quite right. But ultimately, the highest objective there is to do work that is aligned with the divine reason you've been put on the planet, and to also be able to live the way you want to live, right? And so it's really about saying, what does that look like, and getting a clear picture of that. And for me, it was just reverse engineering my life and saying, here's what it looks like when I am living in an aligned way, and I'm doing work that I love, and I'm being paid well to do it, and then working back from that and saying, well, what are the steps I need to take to get there?
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Reverse engineering your life and seeing what it looks like and creating that. Okay, everybody, if you're out in the feed, at Lisa Nicole Bell, how to reverse engineer your life so that you can really see not where you are currently, but where you're going, what you're creating. That's what the whole tagline of this university is about. Graduating to that next best level of yourself, being in that position that it doesn't matter what it looks like now. It might not be perfect. It might not all work out. in the way you think it should. But once you keep moving, once you take a step, once you keep moving forward, you'll begin to create for yourself an opportunity to really set yourself on a different trajectory that could ultimately be the one in your family to create a whole new paradigm shift of reality. So that's amazing, Lisa, that you're doing that. So as you've been going along this journey, you reverse engineered, you figured it out. Was this always something that was easy for you to do? Like, was that whole process like 1, 2, 3, you were just so brilliant that you realized you need to reverse engineer? Or did you have a little course correct that allows you to be on that path?
Not at all. I tell people that you can't be afraid of trial and error. I tried a lot of different things to say, does this feel right? Does this make sense? Does this work? And I think a lot of times we get analysis paralysis, right? We want to read all the books. We want to make all the plans. We want to put the Post-it notes on the wall. We want the Lord himself to come down from on high and just give us confirmation. We want Sister Jenkins at church to tell us that's what we're supposed to do. But there's no substitute for the work. You can't get around the discomfort and the risk that's required of saying, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And I know that even if this doesn't go where I hope it's going to go, I'm going to learn something valuable, and that's going to make me better.
Look, I'm about to pass out. You said you waited for Sister Jenkins and everybody else to tell you what it is that you're doing. Oh my goodness. That is just too funny. Waiting for it to be perfect and waiting for everything to really be in alignment in a way that seems comfortable, in a way that seems like, okay, it has to be just picture perfect. No, it doesn't. And just like my dear friend Les says all the time, jump and grow your wings on the way down. That's the excitement, the joy in the journey. And you've been on a journey. You've been doing some amazing projects. You've really tapped into a new space. You've created space that wasn't necessarily there. And the courage to do that, I salute you for it. So if you could say, as you look back on everything that you've done at your very young age and stage in life, what has been your greatest inspiration? What has kept you grounded along this journey?
As morbid as this sounds, the reality that I'm dying. And just being mindful of the fact that my time here is limited. And so it's all got to be used in a very intentional and meaningful way, because the motivation, the broader motivation for my work in general is legacy, wanting my life to have mattered, wanting the world to be better when I leave than it was when I got here. Because, what other reason is there to be here? You can only go so far with personal gratification and buying clothes and shoes and toys and cars before you got to have more meaning in your life than that, right? And when you start to think about what your life is going to mean and who you will have impacted when you were here, then you start to feel a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose. So for me, that's really grounded in saying, you don't know when your time is going to be up. I mean, so many things are happening in the world now. We don't know when our time is going to be up, and we don't know why. So we really have to constantly keep that in mind and have that sense of urgency in every moment. That's really my daily motivation.
I love it. That sense of urgency in every moment. That is key at Lisa Nicole Bell. So I want to thank you again for being here, for just sharing a little bit of insight. The good news is that folks will be able to connect with you as a part of some of the fun things that we'll be collaborating on in 2015 as a part of Destiny Designers University. But how can individuals stay connected with you and find out more about what this Generation Y superstar media entrepreneur is doing?
So you can always find out about me at LisaNicoleBell.com. That's my home base online. I have a great email list that keeps everybody abreast of what I'm doing. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, so you can follow me there, reach out and say hello. I'm very friendly. I'll definitely say hello back.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much again for being here, for being a part of this, and just lending your support and lending your sisterhood to the great work that we're accomplishing, living out what God has put inside of us to be a blessing to other people. So continued blessings to you and your amazing platform, the work that you're doing, and the doors that you're opening for the generations to follow.
Thank you so much, Stacey. That means so much coming from you. I'm so excited about Destiny Designers. I mean, we need more of these types of platforms to empower people to get really clear about why they're here and get on with the work of why they're here. So I just hats off to you for doing this and for using the incredible voice that you have to empower people in this way. So congratulations. I couldn't be more excited, and I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. Mwah. Big hugs and kisses. And girl, I'm looking forward to all we're going to do together and to continue to keep each other's arms lifted.
That's right.
Bye-bye.